Hello there, beautiful people. This is Anthea again with your Twin Flame Energy update for this week. I'll be honest, I don't even know what day I'm on. I think it's the 13th today, could be wrong. But anyway, this will be up until the 19th of November. So, guys, got a few bits to cover, okay. I have actually just put my dressing gown on, by the way. Excuse my dressing gown. I've put it on over my clothes, I'm freezing. Okay, yeah, got a bit to cover this week because there's been a bit of, there's been a lot of energies going on in my life, and you know, sometimes I can distinguish between things happening for me and other times I can distinguish what is happening for the collective. But what I feel for me has actually been for the collective too. So I do feel the need to talk about my experiences in the last couple of weeks, because I do feel that it's very relevant for all of us, okay? So I've had a few issues that has occurred. I did know that the darkness was trying to get in, and what I realised yesterday was that with what happened, not this weekend just gone, but the weekend before, it stirred up, it triggered a lot of things inside me that I realised I still need to put into healing, okay? There are still things that I've needed to work on with what's happened in my past, and the type of energies that I still attract into my life, I suppose, because, you know, like I said before, when our lights shine brighter, we get a lot of people attracted to us. And that can involve, obviously, the opposite sex as well, okay? So, you know, when we are attracting all sorts of people into our lives, we've got to understand that we've still got to be true to ourselves in situations, and we've still got to do the right thing. And there have been situations where I've had to do the right thing with the opposite sex because, you know, I've had people come on to me when they shouldn't have done, and I've had to be very firm and do the right thing in that situation for all parties involved. And I've been accused of some things over the weeks, and it tore me up. I'll be honest, it really got to me. And it triggered up a lot of my past issues that I had with bullies in my life when I was younger, and situations that I haven't really dealt with. Now, one thing that I always wanted in my life was to have someone growing up that would fight to the death for me. You know, I always wanted to be fought for, and I always wanted to be with someone that knew me inside out, that would know my true nature, and that would love me unconditionally. And I'll be honest with you, in this last couple of weeks, even though Twin's been a bit quiet, but then he hasn't been, and then he has been, and then he hasn't been, but to do with this situation that has hurt me in the last couple of weeks, my twin has stepped up, and he has been unbelievably supportive of me. And last night, there was a message in the day where I had to apologise to him for the night before because I was releasing all of my hurt, and the one person I was releasing it all on was him. And I sent him an apology, and I just said, I'm so sorry, you know, for offloading onto you. It's not your problem and it's not your issues, you know, this is my stuff. And he responded with a message that I didn't quite understand, so I just left it. And then at midnight last night, off his own back, where he'd been thinking about it throughout the day, he sent me a message late last night just to send me hugs. And he just said, I'm sending you hugs, and when I see you on Friday, he says we're going to have chats and a lot of hugs. And that was all he needed to do. That's all I needed to know that he was just loving me. You know, he was just being supportive and being my friend and just being what I've always wanted. And, you know, the reason I'm telling you this, guys, is because, you know, don't give up on your divine masculines, you know, whether they become distant or not, and whether they need to internalize themselves, you know, they know you inside out, they know your heart, they know your soul, because they share the same one, and they're there to just love you, whether you know it or not. They are. Okay, and I feel that this is information for you guys this week. I don't feel like it's just my thing. And he gave me that uplift and that belief in myself that I needed. You know, he put me back on track, along with very supportive friends around me, which I am so lucky to have in my life as well. I've had an amazing support network, and it's just shown me that if anything in this journey, what the universe has done for me has brought me in so much goodness in my life to support me through sometimes some hard times, okay? So I want you all to count your blessings as well, because it's not really just about twin, but it's also about who you have in your life that are good, okay? So, you know, I'm just putting it out there that I'm very grateful for all that I have. And I'm grateful that I've been through this in this last couple of weeks, because there are situations that I have needed to deal with that I clearly haven't dealt with yet. And, you know, it can be hard, but I'm getting on with it, and I'm learning to believe more in myself, and it's showing me the support, the level of support that I have within twin as well. So last night I dreamt of cats. Now this is relevant for all of us, because there was a family of cats, right? And there was the female cat and the male cat, and then there was little cats, little kittens, and it was their family. And the male cat was literally engulfing his whole family, and he wasn't letting anyone near them. And it was so cute in my dream. It was the cutest thing I've ever seen. He was just engulfing his family and just loving them so much. And then when I looked again, it was actually then humans. And these humans were twins, but it was a female twin and a male twin, but they were a couple. And I said, so I looked at them and I said, oh, you're twins. And they said, yeah. You know, it was quite like a bit of a sarcastic, yeah, clearly. And I said, well, that's amazing. So you really are supporting your family then. And I said this to the masculine. He said, I always will. I don't know why you doubt it. And then that was it. I kind of woke up and I was like, well, that obviously was just a bit of confirmation, you know, just so that we can know that our divine masculines are actually there as a support. Now, it could be significant with the fact that what's happened with me, thereby that's why I dreamt what I did, but I do feel that this is significant for all of us, okay? And I do know that for me, when I dream of cats, it's all about spirituality, and it's the Holy Spiritual card. Now, another thing that happened, which was a bit bizarre this week, was out of nowhere, my twin decided to send me a message about a world travel thing. And underneath that, he said, you need to find your spirit animal. Where this came from, I do not know. This has not been a conversation of ours ever, okay? So out of the blue, you know, in the middle of the early hours of the morning, I wake up to this message, you need to find your spirit animal. So I thought, what a really random message. The next thing I know, 2 days later, I go on, I get a notification from this lady that I'm subscribed to, and she says about finding your spirit animal. So that's now blown my mind, because I'm like, okay, this is a bit bizarre. Next thing I know, when I'm looking up now today, my cat dream, it says about spirit animal. So there's a clear message here about spirit animal. I don't know why the universe is putting across spirit animals, but, you know, clearly I need to find out about my spirit animal, and I'm obviously being guided in that direction, but this may well be resonating with some of you too, okay? So maybe this is a message for all of us, all right? Now, Divine Feminines, I've also got a bit of a channeled message going on here, but we're calling on to really change our patterns, okay? There seems to be a loop going on, all right? And it seems to be like you're really, really positive, really optimistic, really like, yeah, and then you go back into fear and doubt and neglecting your truth, and then you come back again and you're like really optimistic and really positive, and right, that has to stop. That has to stop. You need to stay on the path of positivity. You need to stay on the path of believing, of breathing and absorbing and eating what you want your life to be. You need to see it now. You need to believe it now, because all the while you keep doubting, you keep going back in this loop. And especially this week, guys, we have got planets aligning for us this week. We have got such magical, loving energy this week, especially with the gateway just gone on Saturday, and we've got the new moon this following Saturday, and in between we've got the planets aligning. Take this opportunity, okay, to really, really start believing and feeling good and feeling optimistic and cleansing out the absolute crap in your lives, okay? You have got to get on this path of love and light and positivity in your lives without wavering. Stop disbelieving in your divine masculines, and divine masculines, stop disbelieving that you haven't got what it takes to do it. Just stop it, okay? You have. Right then, that's my little thing. And I've put here, cleansing is vitally important. And, you know, new moon, amazing time, planets aligning, wow, get manifesting. And it's time to bring your motivation back into your lives, okay? And by the way, I've had a lot of confirmation as well that a lot of twin flame reunions have been happening, okay? So please stop disbelieving that it's not going to happen for you. It is. It is. But look at what you need to do in order for that to happen. It's not as if you guys have got a hard day's work ahead of you. It's merely just loving yourselves. That's all your work is. Focusing on you, loving you, believing in yourself. That is not hard work, people. That is what you have to do. Okay? Focus on you, on your love, unconditionally, for yourself, on what you want. That's all your work is loving. All right? Now then, after my little tangent. Okay, Divine Feminines, we have the Seven of Cups here. Now, this is basically signifying that we're going to have a bizarre turn of events coming into our lives that is going to bring us emotional choices that we don't actually have at this moment, okay? Now, these emotional choices are going to come. Now, the warning with this card is that we need to choose wisely. And the reason we need to choose wisely is because we cannot waver off what we choose. Once we've made a decision to go with something, we need to stick with it. Now, the good thing is, no matter what choice you make, that's going to come into your life, and you're going to know when it happens. It's going to bring you something absolutely wonderful. It's going to be blissful. It's going to be what you want. But the point of this is you can't then start to doubt it. You've got to trust it and go with it and stick with it, all right? Which is, you know, I don't know why I always find it bizarre that they match my channeling, but they do. So here you go. Emotional choices coming in for you, all right? And because we've got the Hanging Man there, it's just saying to us, you know, we've been in a waiting period. We've been waiting for things to manifest, to happen in our lives. We've been held back. But the reason we've been held back is because the universe is working on situations on our behalf. It's seeing that we get in the right things, okay? This is why you've been held back for a while. But you've got to trust that it's all happening for a really good reason, okay? This is the only reason why we're in a waiting game, but use this waiting game to your advantage. Okay? Think of yourself in this time. Relax, do whatever you want, you know, go on holiday, whatever it is. But waiting doesn't mean being bored. It just means that you're waiting for the right things to come into your life. And wouldn't you rather it be the right thing than just getting what you don't want? No. Focus on what you do want, okay? Because it will all be worth it. Because there it is, the Lovers. That's what we've got coming into our lives. This is the physical union, the physical love-making, the physical communication, the physical relationship. And this is what we're having. We're having choices now. We're being given these choices within the love relationship, okay? And this is the physical union, all right? Now then, Divine Masculines. We've got the Page of Cups. Now look at that. The Divine Masculines are now facing forwards, all right? They're looking in the direction that they want to go, and they are holding the cup of love, all right? So they are ready to now step forward, inviting this love into our lives. Hence why we're now going to be getting these emotional choices, okay? So they're en route to offer this cup of love. They're en route to invite this love into their lives, okay? They're opening up to have now this love in their lives, okay? Because they've been doing a hell of a lot of work on themselves. Trust me on that one. Trust me. And they're in a place of the Nine of Pentacles, you know. This is because whereby they've been seen to their practical lives, they've been trying to get themselves into a place of independence, whereby they don't want to rely on anyone. They want to be the masters of their own kingdoms, to have that security. And this is the card of finally being independent in themselves, relying on themselves and feeling good with that achievement, that they don't need to rely on anyone, okay? And it's a gift from the angels here as well. This is a beautiful gift from the angels to say, well done, well done. You're finally seeing you're worthy, finally, all right? And we've got the Queen of Cups again, which I do believe was in the same place as last week. Queen of Cups. There they are, standing in their nurturing, beautiful, loving selves. They're taking on that divine feminine energy. They're balancing their feminine energy, which I've seen with my twin in this last week, because he has become so supportive and so loving and so compassionate. And my twin's a proper alpha male. Proper alpha male. You know, 5 years ago, you would never have seen this side, but he's showing his sensitive side because they're there to support and love us, because they're finally standing in that place of love for themselves. They're seeing the divine feminine soul, not just the physical anymore. And they're offering this nurturing, this compassion and this love, okay? So along here as well, just for more cards that jumped out, we are going to be getting news of certain obstacles that has been going on. This also could be the obstacles, the battles that we've been fighting within ourselves and within our own lives. But, you know, getting news of this as well, okay? So there still could be situations that are needing to be dealt with, that you're either going to hear about or you're going to have to act on, okay? But what this brings us is our wishes fulfilled within love. Okay, we've got the Nine of Cups and we've got the Temperance card. And the Nine of Cups is our wishes fulfilled within love. And the Temperance is saying all good things come to those who wait. So look, there we are waiting, there we are getting, finally. Our wishes are being met around love. Okay, please don't doubt. So, coming in here now, this clover likes to be in the same position. It really does. So we've got the clover. All right. Now, clover, again, this is complete and utter luck. We're in for such a lucky period. It keeps coming up. It's still confirming for us that we are. You know, and this is, with the whip there, this is just basically saying about what our struggles have been, things, situations that we've had to deal with in terms of arguments and, you know, hurtful quarrels. I mean, I know I've had it, but there we are. We've got divine protection and luck here on our sides, okay? Because we're coming into a great deal of luck, we're having to just deal with the last bit of residue in our lives, because there we are with the security, the anchor. We're anchoring ourselves. We're standing firm in our truth, okay? And there's a divine protection always with us, and a great deal of luck and longevity in our lives, all right? And these changes here, you know, we've had the severance, we've had sharp breaks in our lives, we've had to get rid of the last, I don't know, I suppose toxic negative energies in our lives. But with the bear in the middle, that is saying that we have the strength to deal with these changes. You know, we've got something very strong and very substantial, and we've got the strength to deal with anything that we need to deal with. And with the key here, this is now the key to success. This is situations being unlocked, which is an occult card. It's guiding us into the right direction. We're being looked after. So these changes that are occurring are for our benefit, okay? It's to get us on the right track, which we are actually on, okay? And here we've got the love, the child, and the divine feminine. So there it is. The love is here. And we've got completely new beginnings within love. We've got new chapters within love, divine feminines, okay? So the love, you've got the new emotional beginnings. The reunions are happening because this is newness. This is the new chapter now. And you've got a great deal of love and happiness, divine feminines, okay? So, you know, it is an actual beautiful reading this week. I've got to say, it really is such a wonderful reading. You know, I'm not one to be a negative person, and I understand that negative situations do happen, but I'm ever an optimist, and I will always see the light in this. I'll always see the positive in this, because I always know that when you go through something that is hurtful and having to deal with negative situations, it's because it's working for you, not against you. You've just got to learn the lessons, okay? You've got to learn how you deal with situations. That's all it is, all right? But coming down, I mean, coming across here, this is a strong, substantial love relationship where you've got a great deal of security, and you've also got a great deal of luck and strength, divine feminines, okay? Very lucky period and protection. And, you know, if there is going to be this separation, this is working in your favour, by the way, because you've got this luck around this situation here. So you could be hearing, because you've got the news of the obstacles and quarrels here, you could be hearing this is going to happen this week, which is going to put you and Twin in good stead. It's meant to happen. It's also luck and protection around your own heartbreaking situations you've had to deal with. But you've also got very positive changes that's going to bring in this love as well. Okay, so all in all, it's very positive. We're getting back on track, okay? And you've got a great deal of protection. You've got the divine protecting you here, okay? You've got guidance, divine protection, steering you in the right direction. You've got very lucky situations to do with your work life as well. Okay, so you've got a great deal of protection within work, being on the right track within your own mission. Work, I mean by mission, okay? And there's the divine masculines here, and there's their journey. So they are journeying towards us. Clearer waters, you know, coming into a place of forward movement. And this is the divine masculines moving forward now. Okay, it could also be associated with overseas for some of you too, all right? So there you have it. Make this week a week to really focus on positivity now. We've been through the last couple of weeks with the with the battles, okay, battles, but we're coming out of it now. The planets are on our side and they're working in our favour. So please keep on that trust and stop going in that loop, all right? It's very important. Stop looping. Just have faith. And that's it. So I love you all. And once again, thank you so much to every single person who has supported me, who has loved me, who has reached out to me for their own personal readings, who has liked my channel, subscribed, my new subscribers too, my loyal subscribers, my comments, my feedback. And thank you to all of those who have provided me with your testimonials as well. That's going to help me out a great deal as well. I'm setting up my website this coming week, so you know, I hope to put everything on there as well. And anybody who wants their own personal journey readings, please reach out to me. Everything will be in the description box below, okay? So thank you all so much once again. I love you all, and until next time, I'll see you soon. Bye bye.